Do you want more money in your bank account? Well, yes, we all do. It takes the stress away of paying bills and it allows us to do the things we want to do. So that's what this video is for. The answer to having more money in your bank account is multiple streams of income. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you 3 different potential streams of income that you could start incorporating into your life. They won't take up your entire day. They'll just take up a small portion of your day, very, very small portion of your day. And this will allow you to get more money in your bank account. Now, I don't want to say they're easy because I don't think anything is easy when it comes to making money. But I will say this, you don't need a CV, you don't need any job interviews, and you don't need to be a certain age. So this does really relate to pretty much everyone. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. But first, don't forget to smash that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and help me get to 100,000 subscribers. I feel like I'm very far away from it, but who knows? Anyways, we're gonna get straight into it with the first one being freelancing. This sounds really vague, I know, so let me break it down for you. Freelancing, but specifically on Fiverr. Now, I'm going to actually give you step-by-steps on how you can do this so that you can actually follow this video and go and do it straight away if you wanted to. Firstly, what is Fiverr? Well, Fiverr is a website where you can pretty much go and get any type of service that you need. And you could also offer any type of service that you want to offer, be it audio description stuff, be it translation, video editing, writing, holding up signs, literally anything I could possibly imagine, coding, like literally doesn't matter. You can offer pretty much everything on Fiverr. The idea here is to be on Fiverr and offer popular jobs that people really want for little money so that you can build your reputation up and start going all the way up, getting to the top of the search results and eventually start charging more money and making, you know, a decent amount of money from it. There isn't an age limit to this. The only thing is if you're struggling to get a PayPal account, I would recommend asking a parent or an older sibling or a guardian or a friend or something, someone who is older if you can't get PayPal and maybe you can use their PayPal. It shouldn't be very complicated, it should be quite easy. The first thing you want to do is create a Fiverr selling account. Once you've created your account, you've put all your information in, you then want to create a couple of gigs. Gigs is basically the service. So if you want one of your gigs to be adding subtitles to someone's video, you'll just write, I will add subtitles to your video, right? As simple as that. You'll charge a certain amount of money. Make sure it's a little bit of money, not a lot. That way you'll get a lot more jobs, at least to begin with, which will allow you to get reviews and build up your ratings. Now, I suggest picking popular jobs like writing, translation, video editing, just to get yourself going. But I will say this, if you don't think you can do any of the popular jobs, it's totally okay. You can do so many other types of jobs, logo creation, literally anything you want to do, just put it in there, right? And if you find that after a week or two, you're not getting any traction because you can see all the analytics of how many views your gigs have got. If you can see it's getting views and not getting sales, or it's not getting any views, then you can just delete it and change it. Now, after creating your first gig or your first few gigs, ask a couple of family members, acquaintances, friends, anyone really, to leave you to buy and leave you some reviews. Now, I know this might sound a bit more complicated, but it really shouldn't. I had a friend who set up a Fiverr account. He went around asking all his friends, hey, can you just buy my gig? It's $5 and then leave me a review. It just allows you to get some reviews and just gives your account some form of trust where people can actually see you, they can see reviews, and then they can order from you as well. The aim here is to get from a new seller to level 1, then eventually to level 2. Now I've got the requirements here. In order to get to a level 1 seller on Fiverr, you need to be an active seller for at least 60 days. You need to complete at least 10 orders all time. You need to earn $400 or more. You need to maintain a 4.7 star rating over 60 days. You need to deliver a 90% response rate score over 60 days. You need to score a 90% order completion rate over 60 days. You need to achieve a 90% on-time delivery score over 60 days and receive no warnings over 30 days. So these are very, very easy things to actually maintain and very easy things to do. So I wouldn't be so worried. And as soon as you get to a level 1 seller, you're already so much closer to level 2 and you've already got so much more trust with people. Even though this might seem difficult, it's entirely possible and it just takes a bit of time for you to really get in the swing of things and get it going. As I said before, start by charging a very little amount for your work. You'll probably be the cheapest on Fiverr, which will allow you to get a lot more gigs, a lot more jobs. It's gonna feel like you're doing so much work for such little money at the beginning, but that's fine, okay? That's just part of the game. That's what you have to do. And then eventually, you'll up your prices, you'll get a few less jobs, but you'll be doing a lot less work for a lot more money. And then over time, you'll eventually learn how to systemize the entire process, right? You'll be able to create gigs that doesn't require much work from you. For example, you can do logos or you can do intros for YouTube videos. And a lot of the time, you just have to put their logo in or their name in or just into a generator and make them something and send it to them. And it can take you as little as 5 minutes. And that will happen, after you get the swing of things, after you really know how everything works and you start picking the right gigs and you start getting good jobs, that's when you can systemize it. And that's when it becomes just a brilliant side hustle. So definitely give this one a go, especially if you're in high school and you want to make a bit of extra money. Look, hopefully this will just allow you to make a few extra $100 a month, and over time, you could eventually get to $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, and so on and so on. Right now, let's go over the second idea, the second method. The second method is buying and selling. Now, again, I know this sounds vague, so I'm going to break it down for you as well. I just want to say the idea behind all these different income sources, these streams of income, is for you to be able to do them, but without taking up much time in your day. Because if you have a full 9 to 5, or you have your own job and you really are doing other side hustles, I wanted to give you some ideas where you could focus on it for like an hour a day, maybe 2 hours a day, or even less, maybe half an hour a day. And that's where these ideas stemmed from. So buying and selling. Well, these two platforms that I'm going to be talking about is Facebook and eBay. Both of these platforms allow you to sell your items on either the Facebook Marketplace or eBay. And the reason why they're so good is because they're very user-friendly, they're very easy to use. And to put it simply, the process is going on Facebook Marketplace, trying to find cheap items, buying them, and then listing them on eBay and selling them, right? You could also list them on the Facebook Marketplace if you wanted to, but I'd recommend waiting a few days to do that. I also found from doing this myself that you could actually charge a little bit more selling it on eBay than you actually can selling it on Facebook Marketplace. I feel like Facebook Marketplace has a lot more haggling, there's a lot more people trying to get a bargain, whereas eBay, they see the price, they either buy it or they don't buy it. Now, don't just limit yourself to finding items on Facebook Marketplace to sell. You've got car boot sales, you've got yard sales, which Gary Vee knows all about. You've got what I like to call arbitrage, and I think it is called arbitrage, where you can literally find really good deals in shops. If something's on sale, and you're like, oh, wow, this is amazing, right? Buy it and then go and sell it for more money. Now, a lot of the time, what you can do is you can join these Facebook groups. There are so many Facebook groups, it's crazy, of people who all they do every day, literally this is their life, is try and find the best deal for things. And by doing this, right, you could go and join these Facebook groups, you can follow these people, and what they'll do is they'll post, oh, Toys R Us or whatever this is now selling it for half off, or it's closing down, it's selling it for 90% off. And then people will just go and they stock up on them, and they wait a few days, and then they relist them on eBay, and they end up making a whole bunch of money. Now, another method, you could also buy stuff that will go up in value, like watches, shoes, maybe Lego sets, whiskey, all these different types of things. This is a lot harder because firstly, the items end up costing you a bit more at the beginning, and as well as that, it's impossible to guarantee if it's going to go up in value. This happened to me and I'm kicking myself for it. So basically the Lego Millennium Falcon, I love Lego sets. As you can see, bam, bam, there's another one up the top. The Lego Millennium Falcon is really expensive. I think it's £650, but it went on sale for under £500. I can't remember the exact number because it was a few months ago, but I didn't buy it. I don't know why, but I didn't buy it. And then within 24 hours, that was it. It was done. It's now sold out. And there are literally Lego sets. There's literally this Millennium Falcon going for over £700 on eBay. So I could have easily made around £300 or more by buying one. I could have bought 2, I could have bought 3, I could have bought 10, right? It would have been amazing. So I'm still kicking myself for not getting one. But either way, right, this is just another method here. But it's still more risky than just buying things and selling them. Now, a lot of the time with Facebook Marketplace, again, and this has happened to a friend of mine, you go and you actually buy something. So let's say you find a chest of drawers, right? And you say, oh, I'm interested in your chest of drawers. You go and you have a look at them and you go and buy them, right? A few things can happen. One, you could end up getting that item for super, super cheap. Let's say they say £10, you could probably bargain them to down to £5, right? Now, as well as that, what you'll find is when you are there, you'll see they have many other things that they're trying to sell. right? Maybe they have a TV unit, a TV or something. And what you'll find is these items that they have to sell, they'll let them go for a lot less than they want to because you are there at that point and you can take it away. So for example, with a friend, he went to go pick up a TV unit, right? He got there and I don't remember how much he paid for the TV unit, but he saw the TV and he said, well, can I buy the TV? And they were like, yeah, we're trying to sell that. He's like, oh, okay, well, what are you selling it for? They said a stupid number and he goes, oh, I can give you £75 for it. He said a stupid number as well. I think it was £75. And it's crazy because they said, oh, you know what, fine, we'll give it to you for £100. And the reason is because my friend was there at that point, they just wanted to get rid of it. And it was easy. He could just take it at that point rather than list it on Facebook Marketplace, have more people come and see it, more people trying to get it. They could just get rid of it then and there. And he ended up getting an amazing bargain. Now, he kept that TV, but what he could have done is he could have sold that TV on for £300, £400. It was a really, really good 4K big TV. So I mean, when you do Facebook Marketplace like this, you can end up getting a whole bunch of things for really, really cheap, even if you don't expect it. Now, this might be quite hard to do if you are young and you don't have a car, especially the Facebook Marketplace method. So if you are younger, I'd recommend focusing on trying to find deals in shops and online and these kind of things and selling those on rather than Facebook Marketplace, unless you've got very willing parents who are able to drive you places and actually help you get things on Facebook Marketplace. But if you're able to do it, then definitely give it a go because it's a brilliant side hustle and it can definitely bring in quite a few $100s or pounds every single month. And finally, the last idea. This is a cool one. This is selling digital products or digital assets online or on a website of some sort. Now, if you don't know what this is, digital products being like LUTs or presets, you know, for photos and videos, maybe even like little ebooks, something like that, or wallpapers, whatever it could be. That's like a digital product. You've also got digital courses. Courses could be about anything. You know, courses could literally be on how to use this camera, how to navigate iOS 15, how to draw, how to use Procreate, how to solve the Rubik's Cube. It doesn't matter, right? It literally doesn't matter. A course can be on anything. Now, in terms of doing this, there are platforms that you can actually house your course on. Namely Udemy. I use Udemy for quite a long time and I'm going to make a whole separate video on that to talk about my experience and how much I was able to make and how I was able to do it. But Udemy is a pretty cool platform because all you have to do is create the course, you upload it to Udemy, they get tons of traffic and they will get you the sales, right? They have a whole marketplace. Now the thing with Udemy is they always have a sale on. It's like all the time. It's ridiculous. It's like 99% off 24/7. And courses that are like $300 are actually like $10. So you might not make a ton of money on Udemy, but if you sell a lot and you have a popular course, you start getting a lot of students and a lot of reviews, you could end up making thousands and thousands from it. Now, if you don't know what course to do, think about what you're good at. Think about if you can turn it into a very basic hour to 2 hour course. And if you don't think you're good at anything, well, firstly, I challenge that because I think everyone is good at something. But if you don't feel like you're able to make a course on something, just go and see if you can learn something to then turn it into a course. So take a course yourself on how to use Procreate or Photoshop and then kind of dumb it down and make it into your own version, your own little course. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And as long as it's a good course, it's pretty good. And people are charging such little money from it. So I don't really consider this type of course to be the same as those fake internet gurus who are selling courses for like $2,000 or $1,000 and offering you or promising you riches and making tons of money. Don't do that, right? But if you're just doing a basic course on like how to use Photoshop or something, it can be really helpful. And some people just like buying courses, and that's why Udemy is good because they've got all that trust, they've got the platform, people like using it. So if you upload to it, then you're good to go. Now, what I'd recommend doing is joining Facebook groups around Udemy. There are so many that you can get reviews from, you can get tips, you can get advice, you can get so many different, so much more help with these Facebook groups. So join a whole bunch of Facebook Udemy seller groups to help you out with this side hustle. This one is obviously more complicated as it involves coming up with an idea, creating a course and all of that. And I'm happy to make a full tutorial on it. So just let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see. I do genuinely think this is a good side hustle. And I do think that courses, provided they're not scamming courses, but courses is a huge moneymaker online, especially now in 2021 going into 2022. Just do me a favor, make sure what you're making is not crap and it's actually gonna help someone. Now, in terms of selling digital products like LUTs, presets, audio clips, stuff like that. This is a lot harder, so I'm not going to get into this because the whole idea of all of these is that it'll take up an hour or so, or a couple of hours, or even less of your day. I feel like don't do selling digital products in terms of, you know, LUTs and stuff until you have a lot more time, because that involves marketing, that involves research, that involves so much more than anything else. Whereas like a course, you might think it takes a long time, but you can spend half an hour a day working on your course. Within a month, you can have everything ready to go. You can just put it straight onto Udemy, right? So that's why I wouldn't recommend doing digital products, but digital courses, why not? And those are 3 awesome ways for you to make a bit of extra money. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I want to say, if you are interested in finding out more about multiple streams of income and why it's so important and other ideas, check out this video I made for more multiple streams of income and just why it's so important and why you really, really need to start doing it.